In the Taylor kitchen with me today, I have my youngest daughter, Alana.
Hello.
And Alana, we are making something called crap chicken. Have you heard of this on Instagram or Pinterest?
I have heard it on Pinterest, but I have yet to try it, and I'm really excited.
So crap chicken is essentially chicken that's loaded with cheese and butter and bacon and all these things, but you have a degree in nutrition, and we try to eat a little bit healthier, right?
We try, yeah.
So I am going to lighten this up, but it's still going to be super flavorful. I'm using some Powerhouse Proteins chicken breast here, and I'm sauteing them in a little bit of olive oil, sans the butter this time. And I'm going to have you make up what goes on top of our chicken.
All right, sounds good.
So if you want to mix up, if you want to chop those chives and that dill, we're going to mix that in with, I'm using a vegan cream cheese instead of the dairy cream cheese. You can use dairy cream cheese if you want.
I got an allergy.
Yeah, it doesn't agree with this always. And so she's chopping those up. She's going to mix it in with this cream cheese. And we're going to make a beautiful topping for the chicken. I've got it sauteing here in a bit of olive oil. And I'm going to add some salt and pepper to this. And, pardon my reach, I'm going to use these things right here. I want to sprinkle just a little bit of smoked paprika over my chicken, give it some really good flavor, and a little bit of garlic powder, tiny bit over my chicken, give it some flavor. Also, I'm going to put a 1/4 teaspoon of the garlic powder in there.
Yum.
And a 1/4 teaspoon of the smoked paprika.
I love that color it gives.
Yeah, it's going to be great. And these, I don't necessarily need to cook them all the way through because I'm going to put them back here in my 400-degree oven. I'm just getting a nice sear on each side. And I think they're seared enough on one side. I'm going to flip them. They're nice and golden.
Yeah, they do. They're great. All right, what do you think?
All right,
Good to go?
that looks really good.
All right.
So what I'm going to do, I want to beef up the nutritional value of these, so I'm going to add some greens. This happens to be kale. Use any green you want. Right out of the freezer, I thawed it. I made sure it's drained really, really well. And I'm going to add some mushrooms. So this goes in. We want all of it. We want lots of greens.
Yes.
Alana, would you dump those mushrooms in here too?
Sure.
Nice. And I'm going to situate my chicken on top of all this. Those mushrooms are going to cook down and be wonderful.
They're flying.
They are. And this is smelling good already.
It does, yes.
All right, so then, that is actually enough for 4. I have 2 chicken breasts in here.
Okay.
And if you would put about 1/4 of that amount over the top of each of these chicken breasts.
All right. It's the fun part.
That's the fun part. Oh, it smells good. And I get an A+ because I even bought scallion vegan cream cheese. So you get bonus points if you can find that. It adds even more flavor to this.
Where'd you find that at? What store?
I think this was at Publix.
Okay.
But this brand is available just about everywhere. I like this brand because they use cashew cream and coconut cream. They don't use oils in their products. So I'm a big proponent of that. All right, so on top of this, I'm going to put a little bit of parsley. We're going to add more at the end just because it's so pretty. And scallions, you can see this is loaded. And then this is a goat's milk cheddar.
Yum.
A lot of flavor.
Like real cheese
yes,
too. Yeah.
exactly.
Real cheese.
And we're going to add bacon. Just a little sprinkling on top of this. We're going to add more bacon when it comes out.
That's what I like to hear. Let's not skimp on the bacon.
No, we won't skimp on the bacon. But I want to show you a trick because have you ever had a smoked almond?
I actually have not. No.
Try a little bit.
Okay.
So smoked almonds, they're almonds that are salty and smoky. And if you're not a bacon fan, you don't use bacon, try this. Chop them up finely. I'm going to put a little bit on here, and you'll see when you bake things up, it tastes just like you have a little bacony flavor, and you get that kind of crunch in there, and it's so good. So my oven is preheated to 400. We're going to put them back in the oven for about 15 minutes because this chicken is not super thick. It's going to cook pretty quickly, and all these veg and mushrooms are going to cook down. The cheese is going to get melty. It's going to be good.
Yum. Can't wait.
I can't wait to eat this. This is going to be amazing. see you in 15. This is out of the oven. It smells incredible.
It sure
took
does.
15 minutes in the oven. All those mushrooms, just kind of like all that big pile, melted down into a small amount. It's so good. And we're going to add just a little bit more parsley on top because it's so beautiful and green. A few more scallions. Alani, do you think a little bit more bacon?
Always more bacon.
And if you weren't going to go for the bacon, then definitely go for the smoked almonds. And I wanted to let you know, if you don't want to go through the trouble of buying all those herbs to make the cream cheese, buy a little packet of this and use about a tablespoon. It's a good shortcut. All right.
Let's dig in.
Let's dig in. Here, I'll let you cut a little tiny piece, I'll cut a little tiny piece, and then we'll actually plate up.
Oh, it's so creamy.
Oh my
And
goodness.
that texture is awesome.
Yeah, it is. And I want to get like a mouthful of absolutely everything. It's going to be too big of a bite, and it's super hot.
It is very hot. Oh, it looks so good.
Oh.
It's hot.
That creamy goodness on top of that makes the dish. The little bit of bacon, all the greens, the mushrooms, and it looks fabulous. It looks like something you want to just dig right into. What do you think? Is it a keeper? You took too big of a bite. I've been there. That means it's really good. Check out the recipe. It's on tayloredkitchen.net. See you there.